Welcome. You are now in Ray's Juke Joint. Tonight, we got the Scumbags together. We're going to do a little fantasy baseball talk. We're going to just try to break this thing down after a month into the season, talk about some things we like, some things we don't like. But before we get into all that, let's introduce some of the Scumbags that's here. Let's go, first of all, with Jay Targaryen. Tell the people what's going on, Jay.
Yeah, beating the shit out of Dan from the Three Kings. Probably gonna 16-0 him this week.
Okay, well, Dan's not here to defend himself, so let's not dump on him. Nine, what you got,
it's
brother?
It's not dumping on him. It's the fucking truth.
I am not referred to as Nine. I am referred to as. I'm not gonna say that. I forgot this is the Ray's show. Holy shit. I am Max Daddy today, whooping his motherfucking ass, and that is sponsored by. They not paying me, but this shit tastes good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Plastic. He put y'all through that.
Yeah, Plastic. He putting your pickles on blast. He said they're delicious. Yep. Mac.
Fuck out no pickles.
Say what's up, Mac.
What's the word? Shout out to all the people out there, and you know my favorite red bone.
Oh my God, this chick is anyway, and we got Duke up in here. Duke.
You know what I'm saying? Only undefeated in the league. Niggas laugh. You know what I'm saying? Only undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
You are the only undefeated. You are the only undefeated. That's true. You are the only undefeated.
Only undefeated team in the chat. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So since you brought that up, let's just kind of move over to the standings or whatever, and get right into it. So right now, we're talking about the SBC, which is the Scumbag Baseball Classic. So let's talk about the standings. Right now, like Duke said, he is undefeated, which in turn puts him in the number one position in the league.
Just some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, right now, this is the divisions, but let's just go to the standings. And look at that for what it is.
Yeah. I'm glad you're being modest.
We got Duke at the top. He's 41, 28-3, 59% winning percentage. So that's pretty cool. I'm right below him with 40-29 record. Eric, our my other co-host, Eric, y'all know who Eric is if you watch the Juke Joint. 40-30. Then there's 9, or AKA Max Daddy, 39-29. And then we got Ian, which is the Wolfpack Stoners, 37-32. Then there's Caleb, who is right in the middle of the pack where he should be because his team is mid, 36-34.
Damn.
I can say that because I beat him. Ken is right below that. Ken made a big jump. He's the big jump of the week. He was in like 10th place last week, popped up to 7th. So
he won't be there for long. Pray for his fucking team too.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a second. Right below there is the surprise team of the league. People have said that this man has had the worst team. He has had the worst strategy, the worst everything. But here he is, 8th in the league, 1 game below 500, which is admirable because he beat me and I didn't see it coming. And I hate his fucking team. Right below that, another high riser. He went up 2 spots from last week. Mac was in 11th place last week. He's in 9th now. And his team is starting to come into form. But I'm going to let him talk about his team in a minute.
And then dropping back down them 2 spots. Giving it right back.
And then we're going to bring up the rear. We're bringing up the rear down at the bottom 3. It's a 12-team league. And, you know, the bottom 4 for the league is Dan, Dre, and Nick. And we're not going to dump on them too bad because they're not here. If they were, we would dump on them. But they are the bottom 4 teams. And right now, I think the bottom 4 teams are actually all losing.
I mean, you know what's funny is that Roseland pitch. We know that Roseland is a bottom 4th neighborhood of Chicago, so it fits.
Oh God, you ain't gonna
do this. Oh my! You gotta do this shit.
That was
now I gotta really.
That was an unnecessary shot, like for no reason. So right now, I'm playing Dre. He's a bottom 4 for the league team, so I'm beating him 10-6. the Targaryens is beating another bottom four for the league team, and Dan 12-3. Shit. Asinine is beating Mac 13-4. And if you remember, that's the exact score that Mac was bragging about last week. We'll see how it holds up.
Oh no, I won. I believe I won 14 or something, 3 or something like that.
Okay, 14-3. Okay, well, all right. And then we got, so here's the surprise right now. Nick is actually beating Caleb.
That's not a surprise.
On a Thursday, it's kind of a surprise.
That's what happened. Evan Carter and Langford.
And I think the Rangers just had a 4-game series, I want to say.
When you got Evan Carter and Langford and Corey Seager, what else do you expect?
Yeah. Ian and Eric are having a tight battle, 8-8, and then Duke is down there just, winning again. So
a little belt to ass action, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too slight.
On my matchup because that score looked pitiful, but it's not really that far.
Okay, well, we go get into it right now. I'm gonna let
I ain't finna make me get mad.
I'm gonna let the man himself talk about it. I'm gonna let the man himself talk about it. Go ahead, Duke. Talk about your team. What I really want to know is how you're feeling about your team, where you are this week, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff about your team.
Nigga head look like it's finna pop.
I mean, it's really pretty simple. I have the best probably pitching in the league. I'm not gonna probably lose any pitching category. If I was to lose a pitching category, it would have been to Eric because Eric literally had 80 innings pitched and had like a 2.68 ERA or whatever. And I somehow managed to beat.
Yeah, you had a 2.66. He had a 2.68, which was stupid.
Now my only concern would be Zach Gallen is coming off a hamstring injury, but I am getting Walker Buehler back on Monday. So, like I said, the only thing that I probably would have to worry about is somehow, some way, Ohtani goes on the biggest slump of all time. But I still have great pitching. I probably have, look at the top 25 dynasty pitchers. I have maybe 10 of them, honestly, if you pull up that list.
Can we just be honest about Duke's team? Okay, because you actually gave him an avenue to blabber, right? So Duke, let's take a look at your team.
Yeah, let's take a look at my team, Jay.
You wanna go
Shohei Ohtani.
You want to go to his team right now, Justin?
Yeah,
I'm looking at his team right now. I got his team pulled up on my.
All right, I'm gonna go to it too while we're here. Let me get him off the screen like that though. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let me.
Yeah, all right. Tupac should know.
Duke, who's the second best player on your team?
The second best player on my team would be C.J. Abrams.
So, who's your shortstop after C.J. Abrams?
Why does that matter?
It's a fucking question.
You act like Giloff. What you mean? Giloff is still right there.
See, my issue. I'm glad I got your fat fucking face on the screen so you could actually feel what I'm about to tell you. The fact that you're going to your starting second baseman as shortstop backup. That's the issue. You have no depth. So you can have
when Jared Trilio literally plays every position in the infield, so that doesn't matter.
He plays every position in the infield. He plays for the Pirates, and his best fucking attribute is his fucking defense, not anything offensively. And his name is Triolo.
It still doesn't matter. He still plays every position, and you act like
is he gonna play every position and bring a bat to every position?
I don't know, but at the same time, Jay, has C.J. Abrams had a history?
If you don't know,
let me ask you this: Has C.J. Abrams had a history of being out for a long period of time? Yes or no?
No.
So why do I have to worry about that? If he hasn't had
because anything can happen. You have seen how the injury bug has fucking decimated teams already. I lost Royce Lewis, a guy who is in fact injury prone. I didn't think I was going to lose him the fourth inning of the season. You have to be prepared. And what I'm trying to tell you is that you're fucking taking these victory laps for being in first place in May. Congratulations. I tell you one thing though, you better not run into those Targaryens because you're sitting here struggling with Eric, and I beat the fuck out of him week 1.
So right now, like he actually brought up Joey Loperfido from his minor league team. So what made you do that?
Like
No,
he's
man,
Andy Pajes or something.
I mean, he's in the Astros lineup. He's gonna see more than likely the strong side of the platoon. When they brought him up, they brought him up for that reason. He's gonna probably see the strong side of the platoon. So, and in that Astros lineup, he's gonna get hit in pretty often if he gets on base.
Jared Triolo is better than him offensively. And
He's
Jared
only played
Triolo's
2
a bum.
games, brother.
He's a bum.
Well, I saw you picked up, like, I don't remember who dropped Nick Castellanos. That was to me, whoever dropped him, that was a dumb move. He's always like going to give you fantasy points.
Who picked him up?
You know what's sad, bro? Like he's bragging. Hold on, Ray. I just want to get this off my chest, and then I'm
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's bragging about the positional versatility of his team. There's only 2 fucking players on his team that could play multiple positions: Isak Paredes and fucking Jerry Triolo. So you don't have athleticism that you can move around. You don't have power that you can move around.
Oh shit, that is true. Damn.
So Duke, I'm trying to grasp the fact that you have the best fucking rotation in the game, sure, in May, but what happens when your fucking strength start to become your weakness against somebody else? Because if you run up against somebody like me offensively, a Thursday would fuck you up. Ask Danikin. And
But also, let me
ask
you this, Jay. Right?
Yeah.
I would say that Eric, by far, probably has the best lineup as far as bats, top to bottom. Right? Correct? Yes or no?
No.
I disagree.
You don't think he has the best lineup, top to bottom?
I disagree.
Hell no.
No.
Come on, bro.
I disagree. I think lineup wise,
I got the 2 AL MVPs.
Just give me Asanine's lineup on a Friday and a Wednesday.
Like in a vacuum, I think that all of us have like decent lineups. You know what I'm saying? Like, to say yours is the best, you're probably just tracking.
So let's just take a look.
I was talking about bad line. I want to talk about all around. I was talking about bad line.
Let's take a look at Eric's team.
All right, sure, no problem. Give me 1 second. Let's pull up Eric's team. Let's see where. Oh, it's right here. I don't use the computer that often, so people bear with me. You know, if you're watching and it's like, I use my phone a lot for this shit. So, and then it's running slow because it's being shared. All right,
like, come on, bro. This man is eating off of Jesse Winker, Mike Talkman, and fucking Josh Smith.
So who has the best lineup in the league right now?
Fucking Eric.
So actually, I'm glad you point to yourself, right? You talk about the quote unquote whatever the hidden lineup. I just beat Asinine. So what are you talking about? The person who got the best lineup in the league.
Hold on. One, you're not finna act like you beat me because your team was so great. One, you won by 2 and you had the greatest day of your life on Sunday. We're not gonna act like you whooped my ass. Two, my team doesn't strike out. We walk, we hit for average and power. I have the 2 guys that are probably 1A and 1B when it comes to, if the season ended right now, they'd get the AL MVP. Juan Soto and Jose Altuve. So please.
Yeah,
and that's absolutely
Bryce Harper. And Andy Pajes, who I told y'all was a dog. But
your team do walk though. Even though I'm beating you in walks right now, but your team do walk. It does.
Yeah,
I'm in other dynasty leagues that walks don't get counted for.
Well, let's not talk about. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, Justin. Please hold that one. Hold that when we're talking about strategy.
Fucking O'Neal Cruz playing O'Neal Cruz every day. Fucking 650 OPS. And you talk about the best lineup. Suck my dick. I could get better production with Wincy.
I mean, he does have Mike Troutman out there. That's just for the day. But his bench is very, very thin. With it's probably on the bench on a regular day outside of Thursday. It's probably Bryce Terrain and Talkman sitting on the bench. If it was my team, I'm pretty sure that's probably how he runs it. Cattell will be in there, and definitely Julio Rodriguez, who is somebody we're going to speak on here
now. And I just want to point out, Eric is another guy with fucking Duke's problem, to where he can't move any talent around his lineup. The only people that could fucking move spots is Josh Smith, Jake Cronenworth.
Well, come on, bro. He has more though, right? Justin? It's just not those two, right? Can't be.
That's it.
Cronenworth
Bryce
and Bryce
Terang.
Terang. Okay.
So how much versatility do you have?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're one hamstring away from being handcuffed.
I like that.
Yeah.
And,
You should
and,
tell that
and
to the Cubs. You should tell that to the Cubs and Justin Steele owners.
All right. So since and everybody, you know, we have Duke for a limited time. So hey Duke, but like you said, I know you feeling good about your team. You're in first place. We've already discussed that. I'm not going to talk about my team right now. Gonzo, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not trading Corbin, and we'll talk about that later.
Wow.
Yeah, he did a Ray needs to trade Corbin post. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. But let's talk about a matchup that's happening right now with a team that is in fourth place, which is Mac's daddy, aka Nine, and Mac, who
That shit
Oh
is
my
wild.
God.
who was the highest riser last week. Let's get to this matchup and start
Ain't
talking
doing
about it
that.
a little
Let's
bit.
get to it, though.
Huh? What'd you
Ain't
say?
my daddy. I'm his daddy.
Well, I mean, this week is starting to look like you might be the Cub might be ready to take on the Pride. You know, look like the Cub might be ready to take over, man.
Kyle Tucker just
He
got a
having
hit
one look.
stole.
He
He
having
just did
one.
what?
He just got a hit stole from him. Crazy.
Oh man, come on! Don't take it
Andres
back.
Jimenez plays crazy defense.
What did the midget do?
Who's the midget, man?
Jimenez stole a hit from him too.
All right,
Both
so
of
right
them.
now, right now, let's look at these numbers.
We
Now,
gotta,
me and Nick are having a shit
Asinine,
off right now. I'm not gonna lie. We're having a shit off.
but
gotta go
Asinine,
to.
let's just talk about it. You could talk about what your team is doing right here, and then Mac, you can have a rebuttal after Asinine talks about what's happening right now.
What's happening right now is that my team is being absolutely book bagged by Willie Adames and Juan Soto this week. That's about it. It's Willie Adames, Juan Soto, and hold on this week offensively. Pitching wise, my bullpen's kind of been giving up ass, but my starters have been cool. As far as what's happening, on the other side, somebody decided to start a soft tossing lefty named Jordan fucking Montgomery against the Dodgers.
Yeah, that was a bad
Who
move.
knows why?
And we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. I really want to talk strategy with you guys. That's the next subject.
Shit.
But Mac, since we already here, but that's a good segue into what's going on with the team.
It's a good segue.
It's a good segue into why we're looking at a 3.77 ERA for your team with a 1.326 WHIP.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna be honest. It was that decision that caused all this. So honestly, it wouldn't be 13-4-9. It'd probably be somewhere around like 10-6, 10-5, somewhere in there if I had to start Montgomery. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm known to be a stubborn man, and because you guys was talking about you better not start Jordan Montgomery, and a lot of you guys I don't like. Y'all despicable to me, so I decided to fight to start Jordan Montgomery.
I mean, it's easy to be mean to short people. Very easy.
It's sad behavior, Jack.
It turned out right.
Yeah,
I was gonna be able to talk major smack, but it worked out the way. So I gotta live with that. And as far as the Mexican, aka Duke,
where do you get that on Mexico? I have not talked to you about this. Where do you get that shit from?
Well,
stay on topic, stay focused.
If you look at the score,
hey, Jazz says, get off my brother.
Fuck him.
Fuck your brother.
Fuck him.
As usual, Jazz. Jazz says, get off my brother, as usual. What up, Jazz?
Right there, I appreciate you. But if you look at the score, it's not that far. It's
I hate you too, Jazz.
But the thing is, Mac, the thing you fail to realize is that, like statistically, we're not far off, right?
Yeah.
But your lineup, aside from last week, has been fucking putrid. So, we're only 40 points off, but 40 points to you is different from 40 points to me. I can cover 40 points in a day. That'll take you a whole week. And I don't know if you know this or not. We only got about 3 days.
Yeah,
like I said it earlier, the thing about like Mac's team, like it caught fire last week, but I said like Asinine's efficiency eclipse what your team can do in a vacuum. Like he's just consistently, efficient. His team is just efficient. Your team has to hit a heater for you to win, and that's just how I feel. What?
Judge right now is struggling.
Okay.
Acuna is struggling right now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if you look at majority of the main pieces of my offense, they not doing what they normally would do. If they just be their regular selves, it's gonna be nasty. So therefore, I'm not worried right now. This first month has been rough.
If you want to play the if story, I can do the same thing.
It's been rough. But what everybody thought was gonna be bad has actually been holding me down a little bit, keeping it where some of these weeks are not total blowout, which was my pitching. And right. I gave away a lot of pitching. I gave away whatever dude name is, Zach, whatever his name is.
I appreciate Zach Gallen though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I traded a couple of other pieces. It don't matter though. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna make the playoffs. I'll be there.
Right. So let's kind of get into this other thing. Justin, I hate your team. I'm on record. I've said it on a couple times. I hate your team.
They're gnats.
They're fucking just you know how you used to catch lightning bugs in a jar and just watch them just fucking do what they do? That's what your team is. It's just a bunch of lightning bugs in a fucking jar that you just open up. You know what I mean? Like
Christopher Burrell.
And he hit a home run
roaches, bro. They like roaches.
They're just a nuisance. Like I hate your team. Let's just go over here. Right now, you're beating Dan 12-3.
Beating the fuck out of him. Don't downplay it because that's your boy. He's getting an outstanding ass whooping.
Well,
that
was terrible. Right? Yeah. So I mean, look, this man has 37 hits. It's just 30.
Pumpkinhead Deluxe.
I'm telling you right now, out of those 37 hits, 12 of them belong to Jerson Profar. At least.
No, he 8 for 12.
Oh, okay. Like I was just going off my head. Like this motherfucker, every time I look up, he's 2 for 3, 3 for 4. Extra base. Already got 10 extra base hits. You know what I'm saying? He's got at least 2 of these stolen bases for sure. Like I hate that dude, man. He's really, and I want to talk about him later, but right now I don't see a way Dan can come back. His ERA is through the roof. His whip is not that bad. And
I got a dilemma.
What's your dilemma?
So I got Viserion and Reese Olson pitching tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to pitch like Reese Olson tomorrow, but I'm only at 20 innings. And if I sit Reese Olson, that means I have to start Joe Boyle on Sunday. And that's the last case scenario I would want. Even though he won his last start, if you get an opportunity to sit guys like Joe Boyle, and I had to drop Jose Soriano, it's some of these guys that you got to make sure that they can't kill you. I'm in a position right now to where I think tomorrow Reese Olson got the Yankees in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, well, Reese Olson on this I clicked the thing to this Friday. Let's go Friday. I clicked Saturday. I thought it was still on today.
No, it's tomorrow.
They flipped over already. Since it's the last game.
Reese Olson is one of the most important players on my team, and if I sit him against the Yankees, what's the point of me deeming him that valuable? If I'm willing to start Kikuchi against the Dodgers, I should be able to give Reese Olson enough flowers to be like, okay, kid, go get him. Like, I'm only at 20 fucking innings, so I actually need you to do a job.
Yeah, but you got Kikuchi going against Washington tomorrow, and you have right.
That's another gnat. Those are the literal gnats.
Right, that's true. But Reese Olson against the Yankees, at Yankee Stadium. He should be comfortable there. He should be comfortable there because he pitches in a big park. Yankee Stadium is a small park. I'm trying to give you some silver linings that's not there.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is 11 walks in 18 innings. That cannot happen. You cannot get behind this Yankees team. Anthony Volpe is in a cool down period right now. So you got to take advantage. You have to attack him out the gate because it won't let up. Like Aaron Judge got a hole in his bat, sure, but you still don't want him swinging the bat. You don't want to put him in a position to slam the gavel.
Right.
Like,
right, for sure.
What Juan Soto does for that lineup, it makes sure that Aaron Judge, all he has to do is slam the gavel because the runners in scoring position when the bottom of the lineup comes up, I could just easily flip that over to Soto because he's batting 2. He's going to get just as many at bats as Judge. It's just a situation. Like what Reese Olson has to do is make sure that he's not behind in counts when it's time for them to swing the fucking bat.
Right.
Get some easy ass fucking contact, bro. This is a slow, unathletic team outside of fucking Volpe. Take advantage of that shit.
Yeah.
Keep that shit on the
Juan
ground.
Soto stole 2 bags yesterday.
He
And he
gave it
hit a
back.
triple today.
Yeah,
Don't
he did.
matter.
That's a
Ball
lot of
bounce-
fucking speed.
Ball
By
bounces
the way-
around in Camden Yards.
By the way, he had a great.
Ball
I'm gonna be
bounces
honest. Him and Adamas is carrying you right now, which is
That's
fine.
what I said. Yeah.
Man,
And
Adonis is
but
a
I just
fucking
want to
wrecking
say
ball.
this. I want to say this to a guy that's not on here, and every chance I get, I take a shot at him, and I have to. Caleb, bro,
God, let me put you on a big screen, bro.
this man Page, that 9 guy, he's better than Langford. He's better than Carter.
Pages.
Now he's better than Corey Seager.
Caleb had to lose to
Pete Crow Armstrong, who you said sucks, is terrible. Right now, he's better than Langford. He's better than Carter. And he's better than Corey Seager right now. Now, we don't know if this will continue, but I'm just saying, you got 2 slap dick hitting prospects that you praise. And one of them, you drafted over some highly touted people. And I know Caminero, but it don't look like Caminero is coming up right now.
Nah, I think he's finna get the call.
Caminero will be I think in the next 2 weeks. Him and Paul Skeens will be up in the next 2 weeks.
If you say it, that nigga ain't never coming up, dude. I'm sorry, Ray.
Do speak Spanish, so maybe he has an inside source.
Well, I mean, if you just looked at Twitter for once in a while, instead of looking at girls shaking their ass on FaceTime, you'll be able to fucking do some research.
God damn. Woo.
Unfound.
You want to see his body?
Soundboard. God damn, Duke.
Up that motherfucking thing on your
God,
ass.
Lee,
That's tough.
Duke with a gusto right there. Hey man, I ain't even gonna hold you. That Duke, that
Laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
fucking laser beams. Yeah. Like, damn, Duke. All right, well, shit. I guess we can move on from there.
I'm not a bitch, dude. Don't bring
Yeah,
up
that was
imagination.
yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Crazy.
And so like for me, I'm cruising right now against Dre, and my team just does what it does. Like either I'm gonna get it or I don't. Like I could not get enough walks against Justin. I couldn't get it. I had a down week last week. I'm already at like I didn't reach 30 hits until fucking Friday last week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, but I'm at 29 right now. So like I didn't reach 30 until like Friday, like evening. So it is what it is. I ain't getting no stolen bases. Corbin ain't getting on. We'll talk about him later. Kyle Tucker ain't stealing no bases. So, I'm gonna punt that one. Just keep on just plugging away. You know what I mean? But I can't get any. I got one quality start, one win on the week. But my relievers are pretty good. I got 3 saves. So Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to something else. Let's go here, gentlemen. Um, so I want to ask you guys a question, and I'm guessing Duke is probably leaving now. Well,
Yeah,
he's
good. Thank God, fucking bitch.
No,
um.
I got like maybe like another 15 minutes.
All right, bet.
Oh, boo
All
hoo.
right, so here's my question to you guys. Fantasy
Mm.
baseball strategy. I know, like I'm in a different league. Justin, you're in multiple leagues. I don't know if you're in any other leagues, nine or anything like that. But Asinine, I know you like to say like I don't do a lot of whatever, but I know there are managing things that you look at. What are some of the things that week to week that you have to manage? And it's
Honestly, pitching and days off. That's about it. I drafted my team in a way to where like everyone in my lineup can hit every handedness. Juan Soto can hit lefties and righties. Jose Altuve, same thing. Bryce Harper, same thing. Everybody in my lineup, across the board, can hit lefties and righties. So I don't have to wake up at the ass crack of dawn and get on Underdog, whatever fucking Twitter app you idiots use. Because y'all like going to draft niggas like Anthony Rizzo and Nicholas Castellanos and whoever the fuck else. Meanwhile, I just draft a bunch of guys that can hit everybody. Because why fucking not? It makes my life easier. Only reason I have to manage pitching is because one, some guys can't go against the fucking Dodgers because they're soft tossing lefties, and I'm not a fucking dummy. But thank you to those people that do decide to do those said things because I benefit from it. I'm not talking about anybody specific. But
oh.
but
I fucking know.
Hey, hey,
but
but go ahead, now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but the biggest thing I built my lineup off of, just like I don't really care about stolen bags. Like I got offered a trade earlier for Logan Gilbert.
Hmm.
Logan Gilbert for somebody and Esteury Ruiz. And I'm like, for what? And they're like, oh, I thought you needed stolen bags. But I don't care about stolen bags. That's one stat that literally affects one thing. Whereas if I get a bunch of guys that can hit for average and walk, guess what? Everything else is going to file in. I'm going to get hits. I'm going to get RBIs. I'm going to get my walks. I'm not going to strike out. I'm going to run into some home runs. I'm going to get
Don't
the
get
extra
some
base
runs.
hits by default. Like, so look, if I lose stolen bases every week, that's fucking fine. I don't care. That's one. I'm not trying to 16-0 niggas every week. I'm just trying to, in some cases, 13-4 niggas like I'm doing this week. So, you can have your little stolen bases and shit like that.
I just got a message. Garrett Cole is now targeting a return in mid-June. Just
There we
popped up.
go. My boy Dre get somebody back. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, stop
Yeah.
brown nosing. It's still war. Stop brown nosing.
You don't want to
Yeah.
see peace. That's what it is.
Yeah, so Garrett Cole is coming back. They saying mid-June, so we'll just talk about it. Justin,
Yo.
let me get some fantasy baseball strategic things that you do, because you, out of all the people in the room, have to manage more to keep up than anybody.
Absolutely.
And why is that?
Well, like offensively, power is dependent on who's a good hitter against in any situation. I shouldn't say against any pitcher in any situation when you're getting pitched to and when not. So one thing I had to pivot. I gave Asinine and Kenwell credit because I was one of those guys that was obsessed with stolen bases. Most of my guys had to run, but then I thought about it. I was like, what's the point of having a team that could steal bases if the most prolific base stealers don't really get on base? So how are you going to get the runs from the stolen bases if those niggas ain't getting on base? So I had to fucking rework my whole team. But one of the things that I manage is at bats, because you have to be able to control that bat and average tick, because that can manipulate what your opponent think they need or don't need to do, and you could have the upper hand. Like right now in my matchup, right? I
Mhm.
have 20 more at bats than Dan. I have
Right.
9 more hits and 30 points higher in batting average. So
Mhm.
uh, Dan is going to be forced to play every hitter that he possibly can, because not only is he trying to get a higher batting average, but he has to catch me in physical hits too. So that's a double-edged sword. The more people you play, the more outs they make.
Yeah,
Me,
you have a 276 right now. He's at 245.
so I can have a lot of lineups to where, like, let's just say on a Saturday, I can just have Adley, Profar, Morel, Lindor, Winsell Perez. Like, I could just have a lineup of probably 6 to 7 guys, and just make sure I don't bleed out an average, since I got
Mhm.
the advantage in hits already. It's just
Right.
something that you gotta monitor through time. And if you look at my bullpen, this is
Mhm.
what I manage on the pitching side. This is how you get cheap wins, holds, saves. Look at the guys that I have in my pen.
W.
Lucas Ursich, extra innings monster. Fucking Chris Martin, he got Cy Young votes as a setup guy last year. Fucking James MacArthur, he's the next Jordan Romano right now of the Midwest. Edwin Diaz, we don't have to talk about him. Brock Stewart gave up a home run to Corey Lee and still gave me a hold. Like, Justin Slayton is the James Bond of the Boston Red Sox right now in 17 innings, 0.5 ERA. All
He's
right, so
nasty. I
that
had him earlier in the year. He's nasty,
nasty as
but
fuck,
I needed him to give me more holds than he was providing.
bro. This
Because
man
I was getting stuff
Justin Slayton has gave me the same amount of wins as Yusei Kikuchi, right?
right,
As a
and that's the
reliever.
other thing. I'm getting me so for me, I'm getting my wins from my starters, and I would occasionally get one from a reliever. Justin gave me a couple early on in the season, but I was losing the hose category because Boston doesn't use him in that situation right now. They use him as a fire extinguisher, as you called him, right?
Yeah, like
He
Shelby Miller, another
yeah,
fire
like Shelby
extinguisher.
Miller, like for the Tigers. He's the same type of guy to where
Bro, in Rob Manfred's league, you have to have elite relievers from the 6th to the 7th inning. You have to get those guys off the base paths, because, like, people think home runs hurt a reliever stat. No, I don't give a fuck if my closer gives up solo home runs. Doesn't hurt
right.
me. Like, when inherited runners score for my relievers, that bugs me, because it's a lot of different situations that you're not being effective in. I could fix a closer that gives up solo home runs. Keep running them out there, because the odds
Yeah.
of him giving up a home run won't suppress the odds of him getting a save or 3 outs. Fuck it.
Yeah. That's something I had to learn too last year. I was not aware of that aspect of it. I would get all wrapped up. Uh, Shout out to Duke. Thank you for coming on, Duke. I know you had to
I
leave.
do. Thank you.
Yep, he's gone, man. So shout out to Duke. But that's another aspect that I had to learn last year. As I was losing, I was like, why is this pitching, you know, doing what it's doing? I'm not getting what I need from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting blown out in pitching every fucking week. And it was because I had the roster or the pitching staffs, it was top heavy with starters, and I didn't have quality relievers in those spots to where they can give me the points that I needed. So I had to learn how to like maneuver around that shit last year. You
Well,
know?
well, shit. I'm going up against Nick next week, and he literally he doesn't have a reliever right now.
Right. Yeah.
Besides Brian.
He's super. He Nick has like all starters. I don't know why he did that, but you know, I'm not going. He has to speak on that for himself. Asinine is another one that has a platoon like of relievers. Like he and I had the same like kind of idea of like how to attack the season with relievers to where you just have a platoon of guys that you trust. And you just let them go. You ain't even got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? I had Eric Swanson in there, but he disappointed me, and I'm gonna talk about him later. But you know, right. But I mean, last year he gave quality production in the 7th or 8th inning every time he came out. This year he's coming off an injury and he ain't giving that production. But like Asinine's got a platoon of guys that he doesn't even. I don't even think he looks at relievers.
I
I don't
don't.
either now. You know.
The only spots in my rotation when it comes to my lineup is literally the 2 starting pitcher spots. Everything else literally stays the same.
Yeah, and the only time that I strategy wise move my relievers is bad. Well, I won't even do bad matchups. Only time I do it is if I need the ERA or the WHIP to stay at a certain point. I'll pull them in.
Me and Nine made a trade we swapped Keeper Ruiz for Peter Fairbanks straight up, and that was a really important trade for me because um, he's gonna fall right back into that James MacArthur role for the Tampa Bay Rays, and that's a huge weapon considering the fact that if you look at my rotation, if Yusei Kikuchi, Cole Reagans, and Brian Bayo ain't on their game that week, I don't get wins. Fuck
Right.
a quality start. The win is out of the door. I'm gonna need help.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second because we got a guy in here in Mac who lives on the waiver wire when it comes to pitchers. So strategy wise, Mac. No, for real, I'm keeping it a buck because you do. You live on the waiver wire. You did it last year. You were pretty proficient at it last year. I don't know how well it's working for you this year, but
It's not.
It is.
I hate
okay,
this man,
but
bro.
we're just talking fantasy baseball strategy, Mac. In the categories that we have ERA, we have wins, we have quality stars, we have WHIP, we have Ks, we have walks, we have home runs, we have saves, and we have holds. So that's the 8-9 categories that we have. So why do you live on the waiver wire? Is my question.
So to me, I mean, if you look at like it's kind of hard to do what Duke did, as far as like he did is assemble a very solid cast of starting pitchers. You know what I mean? And also Dre did it too, but you see how it's working for Dre because they got injured. So
Yeah, he also, so shout out to Dre. Folks had like the best 2 starting pitchers in
fantasy,
arguably in fantasy baseball. He had Garrett Cole and Spencer Strider that he drafted back to back. So continue, Mac. I'm sorry, I want to get that out. Go ahead.
So just in baseball in general, right? Pitching is very hard to keep healthy. Y'all see what's going on now. It's almost a pitcher falling every week. It seems
Every
like
week.
you know something going on there. So to me, I just didn't value pitching in the draft like that. So I got maybe 2 guys that I kind of picked fairly high. One was Snell, and then the other one I traded, which was Gallon or whatever, however you pronounce his damn name. So I think on the waiver wire, you could just pick guys that's going against have good matchups. Like I picked up what was it?
So in the fantasy baseball world, they call those streamers.
Yeah. I could pick up Gibson like I did against the Tigers or whatever.
That's a good streamer because he went against the Tigers for sure.
Yeah, like I just looked at his next start. He going against the White Sox on Sunday, so I picked him up already. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's a good streamer. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's how I do it. That's why I look at matchups, and then I try to pick that because the hardest thing to get, I think, for our league is quality starts. Just because a lot of times they pulling these pitchers so early, even if they're doing
you're not getting
5 2/3.
Yeah.
They pulled somebody last night. Me and Eric text each other, was like, because he was our guy in the Roto League, and we was like, this motherfucker again. Oh, Zach Eflin, 5 2/3 again.
It's stupid.
Again.
It's stupid.
Well,
as hell.
Eflin trash, so I mean, I understand why he getting yanked.
I feel like the starters that I did get, like I got, so everybody look at Sale and they worry about his ERA or if he can stay healthy as well. But the reason I got Sale is because I know Sale probably gonna give up 3 runs and the Braves probably gonna win that game. So Sale was more for like a W or something like that. Like I didn't get him.
He's gonna give you a quality start. I got you.
Yeah. And I got him for getting W. So the hardest thing to me to get in our fantasy league is wins and quality starts. So I try to use to keep it short. I try to use the waiver wire to get the quality start or to squeeze out a win, a W. You know.
And exactly what you said is why I get old ass pitchers like Verlander that I know can still go give me 6 because they work quick. I don't have any pitcher in any starter that's like proficient in strikeouts because all the guys that are going and getting you the 10 strikeout game and 12 strikeout game, they're throwing 103 pitches by the 5th inning.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not getting shit. Like Strider, I wouldn't touch Strider even before the injury. I would never touch Strider because I'm almost never gonna get a quality start out of the motherfucker because he's pitching because he's throwing so many goddamn pitches. He's out after the 5th. And the wins thing, like, sure, but like I'm not drafting pitchers for wins. That's such a circumstantial shit. I won wins last week off of two of my relievers getting wins. I think like that's such a circumstance.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I
so
probably would vote that we take wins out next year. Like,
No,
hell no.
hell no.
Don't take
like
win. Why take wins out?
everybody knows that.
for me, it's just like,
Come on, bro. See,
Everybody knows I
now
despise.
you just black Gonzo.
Like I despise. But he's smart as hell. I give him his credit. You know, that's like my little bro. He's smart as hell, but I despise him though. He makes me sick sometimes, honestly. But what he said about one category, he's right, and that's why I don't care about picking up pitchers on the way, right? Because it's got like you got to decide. You're not gonna win every freaking fantasy category.
Yeah,
So you
sure.
got to decide which category you're gonna sacrifice. Like to me, I knew coming into this year, I wasn't gonna win batting average probably often, but
probably never.
Yeah, but I knew if my
You're gonna
guys
win home runs.
Yeah, I knew if my guys hit like they supposed to hit, I'm gonna win home runs. Home runs
And
gonna
extra
give.
base hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna get runs. So it was like, okay, I don't care about that one category. So I'm gonna lose batting average in Ks every week. I'm cool
But
with
man,
that, you know.
Right? So like you're like average is one of those stats to where you kind of have to win because higher batting average, more hits, you're getting that by default, RBIs, woo woo, and then that ties into the home runs as well. Like you have more power hitters than me, but there's a reason why I have 8 home runs right now and you have 4.
Yeah, but
my guys are putting contact onto the ball, so we're gonna run into more than you.
But this is what you have to think about. You're talking about a normal 280 hitter, 270 hitter. You hit 190. How long that's gonna stay like that? You talking about
the same thing across my lineup.
You talking about Ronald Acuna? Like how long he's gonna hit like that? And then
how
you got
Bryce Harper gonna hit like that?
Most of the guys and people line up, which you can use this sometimes, who don't have power, they're normally hitting lower in the lineup. All my guys are hitting 1, 2, 3. So either in the 1 spot, the 2 spot, or the 3 spot. So they're gonna get 5 at bats every game. So yeah, you might have a guy that go 1 for 3, but I take my chances on those 5 ABs of them getting 1 hit and that hit being significant. So that's how I look at it. So I don't care about giving up that average.
So from what I'm hearing you saying is that you value lineup spot over contact. Okay.
Yeah.
But I will challenge you. I will challenge you on that. Looking at Justin's team per se, Justin has the same thing, but he has a different breed of hitter on his team. Justin, you want to speak on that?
Justin's smart. See, I'm gonna tell you what he do that I like. So Justin is a master manipulator and taking.
Damn, hold on.
He just called you Drake. He just called you Drake. He just called you Drake.
He's a manipulator. Yeah, he's a master manipulator in fantasy. As far as taking guys out of his lineup when they don't serve purpose. So he'll look at the week and he'll be like, well, you know what? I probably ain't gonna fucking win in average this week. So I keep guys in. Or I need to catch up in average. So I take guys out. And he's smart at this. This man will leave a guy in the lineup that not supposed to play that day, but he know they probably get a pinch hit or something. And that way
they did for JD today.
And that way they get that AB, but they don't necessarily hurt his average too much because they might only get 1 at bat, so on, so on. So you just gotta watch what he's doing. That's why I say I'm just being honest.
No, fuck him. He brown nosing Justin. No,
but Justin,
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Last year I was manager of the year. I didn't win.
Just not manager of the year.
But in the regular season,
because
that's what you get it for.
Big participation trophy.
I'm gonna be honest. Jay Targaryen to me is the smartest manager in fantasy baseball. He is. He's smart as hell with it. I would go, but this is of course after me. I would go 9 after Jay. And then I'm not gonna lie, you got better rate, but I give E his props. He probably I think Caleb got a big fucking head for no reason because he's not that smart. He's not. Like he think he's a great manager, but he's not. Like, he do all this unnecessary AI shit. He's not smart. Let's just keep it real.
Caleb,
I
you catching
agree.
strays at work,
I
Joe.
agree.
You catching strays at work, Joe.
I like Caleb though.
Caleb,
like
you,
him.
you catching strays, pimp. I wish
Hey,
you
I
would
just want to
Caleb had to work. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Justin. Yeah,
I just want to point out, like, one of the things that, like, in fantasy you got to gamble when you believe in somebody, like, it's wholeheartedly. Like, I believe in Joe Boyle to the point to where this man still has a roster spot after giving up 7 runs more than one occasion.
yeah.
Like,
That's how I believe in Kyle Harrison. Same thing.
the gamble that I took, and it's going to pay off, is Christopher Morel. This is the lowest K percentage of his career. It's only been 3 years, but 21 fucking percent. That's down 11% from his normal average, and he's going to walk at 10%. That's almost 1.5% higher than what he's supposed to. Like, I have a front row seat of one of my favorite players in the league, even though he plays for the Cubs. He's transforming right before my eyes. Like, Craig Counsell can't keep him out of the lineup. He's playing the field. And when he's not, and against lefties, he's DHing. So it's great. And it's just like what Brandon Hyde is doing with Adley Rutschman. Like, against righties, Adley catches. Against lefties, James McCann catches. Adley DHs.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's fulfilling because sometimes, like, the all-star guys and the elite guys, they get all the fanfare, but there's a lot of good fucking guys that's working hard to get to that level, and some of them got to get some recognition.
This man is the money ball. He's the money ball of fantasy.
So let's
here's where I'll push back on Justin a bit. Here's where I'll push back on Justin a bit.
Continue.
Right?
Go ahead.
So the other day I compared you to Gabe Kepler, right? But I got it thinking about it a little bit. I don't necessarily want to give you that. Gabe Kepler had to be Gabe Kepler because of the hand he was dealt, right? By people that are not him. You shot yourself in the foot, bandaged yourself again, shot yourself again, and put yourself in a shit position, right? So no, I don't want to say you're Gabe Kepler. I'll say so much as so you're like Tony La Russa, not good Tony La Russa though, like decent.
White Sox Tony La Russa.
White Sox Tony La Russa.
All right, I'll take that.
This man absolutely robbed Caleb of Ellie De La Cruz and Corbin Carroll.
Hey, Corbin Carroll's weak right now.
But he robbed him of
Corbin Carroll is garbage. Whoever the fuck got him.
Corbin Carroll, and he traded away them. Then he had C.J. Abrams and Gunnar Henderson and got rid of them. So you got to get a man.
Go, man. They had to go.
Because he's not managing off names. I'm a names guy. I want the Canada for sure thing. Don't mean it's going to
Speaking of the names, right?
But
me and you did the same thing. We traded up to get our guy. See how that's working for me and how it's working for you.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
You traded up to get 2 of your guys, actually.
Oh,
shit. 2 of your guys.
Acuna
You went and got Acuna and Jackson Holiday. And the only reason Acuna ain't the worst player on your team is because you drafted Aaron Judge right after his bum ass. So like, we both had the same strategy. Fuck age. Let's go try to get this title, but we see who executes it better and who doesn't. So who's really smarter?
Well, I'm gonna give Jay credit for this. I was mad I traded Mike Trout because he had 10 or 11 home runs, but now I'm not mad that that the injury hit. Like Jay
nature took its course.
We all called it at the beginning of the year, and trust me, Matt, your time is coming, brother. Them goddamn them feeble, brittle boned people on your team. It's coming.
I can hear Ronald's knees clicking right now.
I got rid of. Hey,
you got them DeJuan Blair knees.
I'm talking about.
Aaron Judge's toe is put together with fucking
his swing is messed up. Actually, shout
it's
out. It's
not his swing. Justin explained it. If you'd have watched when Justin explained it,
he didn't
go off Harold Reynolds. He said it himself. He told you why. Aaron
Judge is human, man. They making excuses for him now. Because if it's something wrong with him, he wouldn't be in center field. He'd be DH.
He'd be DH. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this: Ronald Acuna is not giving me the home runs. He only got one. but he has been hitting the ball lately. He's still striking out too much. But he's a slap dick right now. I need him to go ahead, get together, man up. If he needs to go ahead and swing with square a couple of times, go ahead and do that.
Well, here's a good segue into the next
Oh
subject.
my God, Jaron Duran is better than Ronald Acuna right now.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
Dalton Varsho is better than
Cabrera is better than Ronald Acuna right now.
Dalton Varsho is better than Ronald Acuna right now.
What is going on with the Astros, though, bro?
Well, they got a new manager, and they're not putting pressure on teams the way they did last year by fucking running the bases. They're just not.
That's what happens when you waste $20 million on somebody that said the White Sox should have kept.
Yeah, like
this man has 7 RBI and 115.
You drafted Jose Abreu, chump,
and I guarantee you he didn't last long, and he wasn't starting much either.
Well, all I'm saying is this: is that like there have been some things that we've seen, and let's talk about them right now. There has been some early season surprises, fantasy wise. Early season surprises. I want to go around the room. Give me some of the guys that you were just like, what the fuck? Who? Like, are you kidding me? This guy is doing what he's doing.
In a positive way or a negative way?
Positive. Well, if they're a star, kind of like put that because that's the next one. If they're a star, no, don't talk. All positive. Then we'll go to the negatives. Okay, we'll go to the negatives after that. All positive. Justin, go ahead, and then we'll go 9. Then we'll go Mac, and then I'll tell you some of mine. Early season fantasy surprises. Well, who are some guys that's like, where did he come from? Type shit, or wow, he's back like Starling Marte.
Oh, I don't think Starling Marte is back. I think people are just fucking pitching to him, and he's not weak. Sometimes, like, he's getting older, so he's gonna slow down physically. But if you feed him room service fastballs, he's gonna spank them bitches. Even when he's late, he gonna hit them for base hits. But my guy, Winfield Perez from Detroit, 47 at bats, 298 average. He's slugging damn near 600, 961 OPS, fucking 3 home runs. Like, if you watch the guy play, he looks like a little Ruben Sierra. He could spray the ball from both sides of the plate. Like, his only right-handed home run was to right center field in Detroit. So he's one of those guys that could be one of the combos down the stretch for me when I'm calling up Jason Dominguez, when I get a fucking verdict on what's going to happen with Ronnie Mauricio, one of the guys that I'm really excited for. So, yeah, Winfield Perez. Honorable mention, Mason Wynn, too. If you watch a lot of Cardinals games, it's a struggle for the Cardinals to score runs. But the bottom of the order, Alec Burleson, those guys fucking battle every fucking day. And they could put something together. Like, shout out to Brendan Donovan. Like, all those guys down there in St. Louis, bro. Mason Wynn and Winfield Perez for me.
Burleson hit one the other day. Like,
Taco.
Like, off the bat, I was like, oh, that's a fucking, That's
it didn't even sound like he got all
of it. Like I said, off the bat, it was a can of corn. But it just kept going and going and going. Like, God damn. And then, is what it is. Asinine, who are some of the guys early on this year that you've just been like, okay?
To be honest, and I'm not even, and legit when I say this, I promise it's not even me trying to be on no dickhead shit. I'm honestly not really surprised at anything. With the position I put myself in, I didn't have a 3rd round pick. I didn't have, outside of the 1st and 2nd round, I didn't have a pick again until I think the 6th. I really couldn't fucking miss. I had to draft a bunch of guys that I knew what the fuck they were going to do. So really on my team, I don't really think there's anybody that I'm like, oh my God.
No. It doesn't have to be on your team. Just outside.
Oh, then just period. CJ Abrams.
CJ Abrams.
That's really about it. Really,
that's beautiful. That is fucking beautiful.
No, you did spend last year kind of saying he wasn't going to be that.
He called the man trash.
Whatever.
He called him trash.
It's 40 games in, though. No, 35-ish games in. He's not getting the stamp of
Bobby Witt so far. Offensively,
is he?
He's still the worst defensive shortstop.
Mac
better than Bobby Witt right now?
Look at the.
So I got some breaking fucking news.
As far as hitting a baseball, sure, but that's about it.
I got some breaking fucking news.
Go ahead.
Willie Adames yesterday had Ronald Acuna's whole season in one baseball game.
He had a good game.
That's crazy. He did.
Oh my god!
Yo, they just had a pop fly.
7 RBIs in 100.
Ronald Acuna be.
Hey, they just had a pop fly to the dugout that that fell right in between Josh Naylor and whoever's catching for them in Cleveland.
I know, and I'm thankful for it.
And neither one of them, it was Altuve, yeah. Neither one of them
Man,
called
come
it.
on, send me Acuna, bro.
And then they stopped and looked at each other like, what did he just do?
Max, send me Acuna.
You just got a cheap ass hit.
Oh, wow.
Cheap ass hit.
Max, send me Acuna.
Nah.
Please.
These bums can't catch.
Go
My surprise.
Go
my
ahead,
surprise
Max.
has actually been David Robertson.
Damn, I thought you was gonna say Camposano.
Wow.
Nah. David Robertson, because this man, he has given me 10 holds on the season, given me 20 Ks, only allowed 2 earned runs so far, 1.08 ERA, 840 whip. Hitters only hitting 153 off of him. And he has given me a W too. Like he's been the best guy in my bullpen. When I got Foley in the bullpen, think about that for me. And Foley been doing damage, but he's been the best guy in my bullpen.
That's I mean, Jacob Foley is
just trade me Josh Hader, man.
Jacob Foley is a great dependable. Jason Foley. I said Jacob. Yeah, Jason Foley is a dependable ass fucking closer. Like they bring him in, you could pretty much mark it down. It's gonna be a save. He's not on Class A's level or Ryan Helsty or anything like that, but he's right there. He's close. But for me, some of the guys that I've just been watching has been like, who the fuck did Bregman just do? Oh, that was the other night. Okay. Some of the guys that have really like stood out to me, Willie Castro from the Twins. What the fuck? He's been a guy that had to be thrusted into the lineup, and he's been producing. Josh Smith and
a bum.
He's a bum.
A bum.
The guy in Texas, the third baseman / utility guy in Texas.
A bum.
All right. Okay. Well, I disagree. He's been surprising. I didn't know who he
about
was.
his game?
No, I'm just saying I didn't know who he was. He has a good plate approach. He plays a solid third base, and that's about it. Another guy that kind of like shocked me was what's my guy up in Milwaukee? Oh, I can't think of his name.
What position he play?
He plays shortstop or third. Is it Dunn? No, he plays outfield. Is it Oliver Dunn?
Oliver Dunn?
Yeah. Was he a prospect that they brought up? Like, where did he come from? But he's solid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whose team he's on, even if he's rostered. It's just a guy I keep my eye on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like some guys that's like surprising. Another guy that surprised me, I drafted him, and he's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. And I traded him to you, Justin, was Dalton Varsho. He's having a bounce back season, and it pisses me off.
Back from fucking what?
All-star.
From what?
All-star.
You don't think he's having a bounce back season now?
Nah,
bounce back from what?
He hit like 220 last year. He's not a 220 hitter, bro.
What he hitting this year?
I'll tell you right now, 226.
Oh, he's not a 220 hitter.
But he got 6 bombs, 14 RBIs. He's double the man Ronald Acuna is.
That's not a high bar.
He gonna take a shot at me. I ain't even take a shot at Marshall.
I got one more name. Shamanea.
On base.
Shamanea has.
He's been low key decent.
He's been decent, like for the Mets. Like he was out in. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you who been doing a low key job. but people not gonna like it because his power numbers are not there. But he doing the damn job. Arenado, them singles matter.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but a lot of times Nolan's. How many RBIs Nolan have? I bet it's less than 15.
Yeah, he
bet
got 13.
exactly. A lot of those hits that he has, he's probably
But you
got
gotta
like
think, Ray, he has 13 RBIs on 25 fucking singles. He only has 7. I think he only has 7 extra base hits on the year.
right. He does. Yeah, I've watched a lot of fucking Cardinals games because of Brendan Donovan.
He's
You know,
turning into
13,
Nick.
bro, 13 RBIs on only 7 extra base hits. Do you know how much production I'm getting in between that?
Yeah,
Like the man scored 13 runs.
right. But it's still Nolan. Like I guess it's still early. I'm not even gonna say that.
What's
I
his
see
numbers
you.
gonna
I
look
see
like
you.
when the balls start leaving the
Right.
park?
That's what I'm
I
saying. It's
see you
still early.
Bogarts. I see you Bogarts for Nolan.
I see
Straight up.
hell for the all.
So here's the thing about Bogarts, and I want to talk about some. That's a good segue into the next subject that we're going to
Yeah,
talk about. Let's talk about some thoughts on some of the struggling stars out there, or
Yeah.
or used to be stars like Xander Bogarts. Um,
Damn.
Xander started off hot for you, Mac. He was on
He did.
fire to start off the
He
year,
was carrying my team.
and somebody else on the panel kept telling you it's Xander fucking Bogarts. And he would say it all the time. It's Xander fucking Bogarts.
Who used to say that?
The guy that's got the biggest smile on his face right now.
He's a fucking nerd.
But he's
Mac,
no. Go ahead, man. I want to see your shine.
Mac, it's not even just Xander Bogarts I was telling you about. Who
Mhm.
all last year was telling you, yo, Ronald's finna take a step back next year? It wasn't Justin. It wasn't bald nigga. It was me. Oh, my fault. Bald person. I
Yeah.
am sorry.
It's all good.
Bald person.
Yeah.
It was me. Fuck Xander. That's low hanging fruit. Only motherfuckers without a brain thought he was actually still good at baseball. I'm sorry that you fit that criteria. Like,
I bet he gonna bat 280, mug, like he did
What?
last.
You think he's going to end the year at 280?
put a bottle on that shit right now.
Bullshit. You don't believe that.
Put
You
a
just-
bottle on it right now.
You don't
Put a
believe
bottle
that.
on that.
He at
Yeah.
217
You know-
right now.
Yeah, he's batting what?
217.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Y'all been talking to me long enough, bro. I predicted Dylan
I
Cease's
bet you a 20
downfall
hit
a year before it happened. Predicted Lance Lynn's downfall a year before it happened. What I say, they're not predictions. They aren't takes. They're fucking spoilers, okay?
Well, you missed on
When I say something, you fucking listen and you act accordingly, all right, Max? So when I tell you not to start Jordan fucking Montgomery against the Los Angeles Dodgers, you don't start Jordan fucking Montgomery against the Los Angeles Dodgers
again.
because Asinine said so.
I'm starting him again. This is a bad day for him.
Yeah, like I'm being told to sell on Corbin Carroll. I'm being told
He's
that
horrible.
he's not going to be whatever the fuck. But I don't think anybody watches more Arizona Diamondbacks games than me, unless you got Ketel Marte or Lourdes Gurriel on the team. And I don't even think Nine watches it because he knows what Lourdes is
I
going to
got
do.
Christian Walker, so he good.
Yeah, but Christian is you're getting, you know, he's a double Dutch hitter. Like
He's doing what he
he's
do.
out. He's in, he's out. Like, you know, like last week he gave you mad production. This week, what is he giving you? A home run? One?
He gave me 2 home runs this week.
Oh, that's and then one game, right? That one game? Yeah.
Mhm.
Outside of that, what? Nothing. Exactly.
He's probably one of the top 5 first basemen in our league right now.
First
I
base
don't-
is such a weak position that means nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything for that. But what I'm saying is like the guy won Rookie of the Year last year. He's struggling at the plate because they adjusted to him. Now he's in the process of adjusting to the pitchers. And the last 3-4 games, he's starting to finally see it, and he's hitting the ball hard again. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to give up on him just yet. Asinine
I'm
is telling
waiting
me
to
he's
get
not
that
doing
notification that you dropped him.
it. Oh shit, and I'm never
If
gonna drop
anything,
him.
he'll trade him. Yeah,
I
if
ain't never
anything,
gonna
he'll
drop
trade
him.
him.
I will trade him if it comes to that. I would never drop him. Never. That's stupid.
Well, I don't know. I got
Because
Pete Crow.
that's a
I
part
got
of
Pete Crow and
strategy.
Jordan for you right now.
Anyway, so like
I'm just telling
like
you.
some other guys that I've been like looking at, like, man, this guy's struggling. Like if you look at like Dansby Swanson, used to be a star. He's struggling, right? If you're
Judge
looking at
struggling.
Alex Bergman,
Oh, that hurts hard.
Alex
There.
Bregman,
That hurts.
he's struggling. Alex Bregman, he's struggling,
But
right?
he always do
Struggling.
this every year, though.
Julio Rodriguez, struggling, right? Like this guy was picked all across all of fantasy baseball, top 10, struggling.
Top 3.
You know what I mean? You know, arguably.
Top 3.
No, I mean in our league, yes, but you know,
I'm saying the average draft position in Dynasty, he was top 3.
he's been top
And that
3.
shows you how stupid they were. Like
Right.
I was telling you the whole time.
Dumber than
Dumb.
me.
Well, I'm
You
just
know
saying,
what,
like,
though? If I had to do it all over again with the number 1 pick, because I had jumped ahead of him, because I'm tired of his little smirk and smile, I'd have took Juan fucking Soto for the hell out. I just would have did it, even though that ain't the guy I really would have wanted. But
I mean, but if you look at it, like a
That's a world
redraft,
class hate.
right now, if we did a redraft right now, Ellie De La Cruz probably be the number 1 pick.
You're crazy as fuck. I'm
No.
sorry.
Are you? How
I'm
long you
sorry.
been drinking?
Think
I'm
about
sorry. Like I was saying the whole time leading up to the draft, during the draft, and after the draft, there really shouldn't have been an argument for anybody else but Juan Soto. He's been the most consistent player in baseball since he got in the league.
I'm with you.
He's younger than everybody you just named, with the exception of Ellie.
Right.
He's younger than Luis Robert, Ronald Acuna, Adley fucking Rutschman, but yet you want to take Ronald Acuna and Ellie. Look, in like 60 games, motherfuckers could figure out Ellie and he could be right back where he was. I'm not saying that off of 40 games.
Right. Well, I'm just saying as it sits, like he has, as far as fantasy baseball is concerned, he's brought the most value.
Gunnar Henderson to be a top 10.
Gunnar Henderson to be top 10 for sure. Maybe top 5. Gunnar Henderson is really, really good. But you know, struggling stars, you know, we lost a guy that we all loved when he was here in Chicago. He has been DFA'd. His career is pretty much over.
Who?
Dang.
Jose Abreu.
He's not.
He ain't get DFA'd.
No, he's not DFA'd.
Well, he got sent down to.
Yeah, but that's temporary.
He's at NXT. He's not on the main roster anymore. He's in
that's
NXT.
OVW. That's a step below.
That's a little
it's
OVW. You gotta apologize to Jose Abreu.
I'm looking at what's your name, baseball savant.
That motherfucker is doing carnival shows.
Oh, it make you want to throw up.
I mean, it's still like, you know, like Aaron Judge is struggling. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Acuna is struggling. Guys that, you know, we've looked at on a certain level, right? And they're struggling, and there's reasons why. Justin, you kind of hit on it before on some of these guys that are struggling. Like, for instance, explain to Mac why Aaron Judge is struggling.
You got to get, this is still extended spring training. Like, Aaron Judge is not, 25, 26 years old. Like, his toe is a balance issue. Like, his swing, Harold Reynolds was partially correct when he was saying his swing is jacked up. Of course, it's just about the weight shift. Like, he has to get comfortable getting to a point to where he could do that without being in pain. Obviously, you could see him running the bases well, playing still Aaron Judge defense, and even when he does get that timing down, when he's swinging with square, he times it up, he's slamming the gavel. So it's going to take some time back. Like, privately, I've told you, hold on to Aaron Judge, because at a certain point, you're going to get to a situation to where Ronald Acuna and Aaron Judge is going to avalanche somebody. And you could you could have a cataclysmic effect on the league. All you got to do is make sure that it happened for you and not nobody else because you doing some white flag shit.
No, I ain't doing no white flags.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm
Even
saying.
though
Like,
I will probably
By the
trade
time
Aaron
that
Judge.
happens, it won't matter because he'll be 20 games out of 8th place.
I'm only
Damn.
6 games back of Duke right now. What are we talking about?
I know, but by the time those two guys kick on, where will you be?
right
Bro,
in the league is what he's
most
saying.
of my wins are going to be 12-4, 13-3. That's how it's going to come.
And your losses are going to be the same way, just
I'm
like
not
this
finna
week.
lose. I'm not finna lose to you 13-4. You crazy?
On
I
what
don't
you're
know.
not.
I don't know how you're gonna not lose.
Hey
13.
Ray, can I read you a message?
My ERA
I don't know how you think.
it's going to surpass his. Real
I don't
soon.
know how you think you're not gonna lose at least 12-4. At least.
Can I read you guys something real
Go
quick?
ahead.
At Max 74 King, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Get your whole team ready to try to beat 9. Our division is tough as hell. Mac says light work. My players are rounding into form. Then after that said easy work.
Yeah,
That did happen. I remember that. I remember that.
That absolutely did happen.
That did happen. That did happen. You did say light work. You
Put me
did
on
say your
Put me
players
on.
are rounded into form. I told you that you
Put
had
me
a
on the big screen, Ray.
strong week. Huh?
Put me on the big screen.
All right, my bad. Okay, all right, no problem.
Hey, say something about a Red Bull and I'll leave, guaranteed.
Put me on the big screen.
Nah, don't do that red bone shit, y'all. Just don't do that yet.
I already did that early.
Oh, okay, bet.
And you know who he is, by the way.
Nigga is shameless, man.
You know who he is. Now, let me make this statement to everybody right now. It's the first month of the season with it's the 5th week of the season. I don't know how many weeks is in the season, 24, whatever. It's 35 weeks in the season. The first month has been tragic for me. I got to listen to people that's less than me talk all this smack. But it is what it is. So, I will accept it.
That's just only because you're getting smacked.
But I will guarantee you this. On the G, I will be in the playoffs. That's all I will say.
Now, since you put it on the G, put a bottle on it now. Put a bottle on it.
That's all I will.
Put a bottle on it, Mac. You can put it on the G.
Hey, Mac, I need a favor from you.
That's all need to be said right there.
Mac,
go ahead.
I need a favor from you.
What's the favor?
In the division, you got me, 9 and Ian in Westeros. That's gonna be the triple-headed monster. I'm sorry, Ray. You're gonna get gobbled up eventually.
No, I won't.
Mac, you got a job to do.
Not.
You need to stand on Essos because it's Duke, Eric, and 5-tool talent. Listen, 5-tool talent is finna get his he's gonna bite the curb this week. So
it's looking like
just make sure that this fucking loss is just honorable. You do not want Asinine to have your fucking brains all over the pavement.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. 9 ain't got no switch on his Glock 30, so I'm not worried.
Man, Diaz just missed a home run. God damn.
Dan finna get buried.
Mac though, but like if you can put it on the G that you finna make the playoffs, right? Put it on the G, put a bottle on it. You confident enough to put it on the G? Let's put a bottle on it.
I put a bottle on make the playoffs. Yeah,
I'm finna DM it to you right now.
Yes, DM. This is not wide and broke here. There's no need to DM.
Oh my god,
it's on the record. It's on the record. He said wide and broke.
Why CD has to take that fucking
nasty work? You caught that straight. God damn.
Nah, you like my little brother. I ain't worried about that, and you know what it is with me.
I mean, I did have one more question I wanted to ask everybody before we get up out of here.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask, what up, Dante? What's good, man? Dante says, "What's up, family?"
What up,
What's up, Coach Dante?
What's going
That's
on?
the man who know what a real quarterback looks like.
Oh shit!
Oh my goodness, here we go. We're talking baseball, man. So I wanted to ask you guys, who are some of the prospects on your team, or one prospect, or maybe two prospects you're excited about getting that
I don't
call?
even want to discuss this.
Why you don't want to discuss this? This
This
is
is painful. Let
I,
me tell you this.
no. We let you know what? Fuck it. Well, we're gonna come to you last because I think we're all gonna. Justin, who's the guy on your team right now? You're waiting for him to get the call.
Edgar Cuero. I feel
Mhm.
like I already got a nice lock situation with Adley. Cuero is the
Catcher.
same switch hitting catcher, real patient at the plate. I feel like if I could get myself in a situation to
For the
where
White
I could start two switch hitting catchers in a lineup every day, I
Mhm.
feel like I can have a real advantage because now that's not a lineup spot or a roster spot, I should say, that I'll sacrifice on my bench. That could be an extra reliever I could carry or another power hitting outfielder. That could be the swing man of the week just because I'm automatically starting two catchers.
Right.
And if one catcher is out of the fucking lineup, I'll just put his bitch ass on the bench.
By the way, I hate to give this guy credit, but I gotta give him credit. He probably won't remember this, but he got a big head on his shoulders, so he probably will remember this. But when people was worried about dude start with the White Sox last year, Nine did say don't worry because he was getting on base pretty good too.
Yeah. Gonzo. Uh, Gonzo says we want Caleb. He's
He's
not on
saving
the show,
lives right now.
and he's working, but we'll let him know that you want to come, that you want to talk to him. So we'll put that out there. Nine, who you got in your farm that you're excited about?
He's not necessarily in the farm anymore, but I guess he's still somewhat considered a prospect. Andy Pajes. Y'all were talking last year about the possibility of trading Dylan Cease to the Dodgers, and y'all were talking about Dalton Rushing and Miguel Amaya, and I sat and told y'all, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Go get me Andy Pajes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that conversation?
I remember that
Yeah, Andy
conversation.
Pajes has turned out to be one of them niggas. Like I continue to predict about all the young talent that y'all currently love in baseball. Y'all know who Michael Harris is? Yeah,
Mhm.
a dog. Guess who told y'all he was a dog before he played an MLB game?
Mhm.
Yeah. So look,
Yeah.
outside of Andy Pajes, Chase DeLauder, he's starting off slow now, but
Oh,
he's still walking quite a fucking bit. So that lets me know he just needs to start putting that bat on that ball and shit'll start getting wicked. And Yarlin Susanna, he throws
Yo, I hate
103.
this part of the show.
He throws 103. He
I
throws
hate this shit,
103,
man.
and whenever that Juan Soto to San Diego trade hit, I told y'all he wasn't the best player in that, but he was going to be the silent gem of that trade. He was 17 when that trade happened. He was only throwing 96 at that point.
yeah.
He's now pumping one between 100 and 10,
He,
well, between 98 and 103. He flunks for the
Nobody
there.
cares.
can
He's a
touch.
And
chronic
He
he's
can
an
touch it if he
misestimator.
wanted
absolute
to.
fucking buzzsaw.
Chronic
He can touch it if he
misestimator.
wanted
Fuck
to, right?
him.
Yes.
Fuck
That's what's up.
him.
So when you hear Asinine say something about a prospect, listen and act accordingly. Next.
Fuck you.
All right. So for
Mark
me,
Jackson Holiday.
I can't wait for the call up for James Wood. It's coming real soon. I can't wait for that call up.
That
But
is coming.
the huh?
I said that is coming. You're right. That's coming.
And but the one guy that I have been truly like, okay, where's this going? Ethan Salas. Like he is in the minors doing a job and learning the
17,
game.
ain't he?
Huh?
He's 17, right? Something like
He
that.
just
He
turned
just
18.
turned 18.
He just turned 18. And he's down there learning and really growing into what would possibly be the number one prospect in baseball in the next year or two. Like for
Yeah.
real. Like he is
I gotta
really
give Caleb a shout out too, bro.
about who?
I made a trade in that Corbin Carroll, Ellie De La Cruz trade. One of the small little things that I got in return was Adael Amador. And there's going to be a time where the sun is going to set on
No, he's
Francisco.
acting a fool in Double A right now.
The sun is going to set on Francisco Lindor's time being the captain of my team, and I'm going to have to bring somebody up from the ranks because Ronnie Mauricio ain't that. And I can't rely on Royce Lewis too much. I'm heavily invested
Just
in
send him to
Amador.
me. Send Royce Lewis to me. That's all
Fuck you. Send Aaron Judge to
Yeah,
me.
so I'm really like, so for me,
Straight
my
up.
other like Christian Scott's getting called up on Saturday, and I was telling Justin before we
I say
started
you
recording.
judge for Lewis Hadley.
I was telling Justin before we started recording that I don't know if I'm gonna start him Saturday or not. I don't know yet. I'll probably just let him simmer for a little bit. But Christian Scott's got some nasty stuff. He's a very good pitcher, and so that's the other guy I'm looking forward to, Christian Scott, for the Mets. But since we are waiting on this, let's get it out the way. During the draft, Mac traded me his first, his second, and his third round pick to move up to the number one pick in the minor league draft. And with that number one pick in the minor league draft, he chose Jackson Holiday. Jackson Holiday, if you don't know, was the number one pick, number one prospect in baseball. He has now been surpassed by James Wood, according to Baseball America. He is the number one prospect in America right now. James Wood is, as of yesterday. But Jackson Holiday did not make the opening day roster. They called him up around, I want to say, April 2nd. Maybe it might have been in, was it March? It might have been
March. No, they called him up in April.
March 15th. I mean, no, April. No, it's like it was earlier than that.
No,
it was like April 2nd, April 3rd, some shit like that, right?
No,
it was later than that. No, you're right, Mac. I'm sorry. It was. He came up here for a cup of coffee, so it was probably like April 12th.
He got a taste.
Now he got.
I mean, I have it up. I have it up purely for hating reasons.
Go ahead. Let me know what it was now.
He got called up on April 10th and got sent right back to the boonies on April 23rd.
Okay, so he spent 12 days in the major leagues. Mac, what prospect are you excited about on your team?
Well, first of all, I'm still glad I took Jackson Holiday, because if I had to listen to 9 and freaking Caleb, I would have took slap hitting Langford, and he's not doing well at all. Just go look at his baseball savant page. It's very nasty, very ugly. If it's one thing I'm a bet on, it's a fat-faced white man, no doubt about it.
What the fuck?
They tend to do well, so I'm not worried about it at all. So Jackson Holiday, it's gonna be all right. But the prospect that I'm happy about is Wyatt Langford. No doubt about it.
He's not even on your team.
I mean, no.
This motherfucker talking about some Wyatt Langford. Yo, I can't wait for Caleb to see this shit. Caleb's gonna lose his fucking mind when he sees that
obsessed.
shit. He is obsessed. He's obsessed. The prospect I'm most excited for is Evan Carter.
Walker Jenkins. That's what I'm most excited for, man. Walker Jenkins.
This man's sick, bro. Absolutely disgusting. No
He's
home
out of his fucking mind, bro. That's this Logan said. I'm excited for Wyatt Langford.
Walker Jenkins. That's what I'm excited.
I mean, damn.
All you people down on Holiday, just watch.
No, I don't think anybody's down on Holiday. I think that we were just like, don't bring him up yet, but you did.
No, Ray.
Why?
Here's my problem. Here's my problem.
Put him back down when he got sent down. So,
Mac, and here's my problem. My main problem, right, is that during spring training, me and you had an entire thing where we was shitting on the football guys of the group, right? Yeah. And breaking down Holiday's swing, in which we found out, literally, me and you at the same time found out that he can't handle velocity.
He can't,
right?
Yeah.
And yet you still decided to bring him up immediately, knowing that we done already did that.
Mac,
Altuve base hit up the middle, run over to third.
I'm tired of that too. But yeah, no, you're right, because that was good work by me and you, because we watched it over and over again, and he couldn't handle velocity, and particularly he couldn't handle fastballs underneath his hands, which is kind of weird for a lefty too. So you're right about that. But I gotta trust my guy on this. So I'm gonna stick with it. I gotta trust.
Is
Go
your
ahead and
guy
tell him,
smarter than
Justin.
me?
Justin wanted to tell you something, Mac. Go ahead, Justin.
Well, what did I want to tell him?
You said Mac when we were talking about Justin Holiday, or
Jackson
Jackson.
Fuck
Holiday.
is Justin Holiday?
Oh,
He
no, I
plays
That's
was
a
just
football.
saying, like
basketball
Mac.
player.
Mac, you could have said Jackson Holiday against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
That's a whip machine right there.
You know what?
That's
I wish I.
top 5
It's
pitcher
only one player
in the league.
that I could have drafted that would have been better and made sense, and it would help me in so many ways, because I could have robbed Duke for like 3 players. Which if I had went on and drafted what's dude's name, Yamamoto or whatever his name is, if I had drafted him number 1 overall, I mean he looking good as a pitcher, no doubt about it, and
Yeah.
that definitely hit my pitching rotation. And down the line, I definitely would have, like right now, if I had Yamamoto, I definitely could get C.J. Abrams and probably one other guy.
You on
Well,
bullshit. You never
yeah, he
fail.
is. But at the end of the day, I think that
Sad, just disgusting, bro.
I think that in the future, I think we should be able to talk about fantasy baseball in a different manner. Some of the other things that we do, some of the other things that we look for when we play the game. Because we're literally managing baseball. Like we take our time and we look through waiver wires and we bring on people, we send people down and so on and
Oh,
so
I'm
forth.
up at 3:00 in the morning, bro. It's
Yeah, me
ridiculous.
too, fam. Like I 2:30,
Y'all the
3 o'clock.
losers Asinine was talking about.
2:30, 3 o'clock. I 2:30, 3 o'clock. If I grab my phone at 2:30, 3 o'clock,
Couldn't be me.
and I'm checking the time, but I see Scumbag Classic or I see anything, I'm like, who the fuck did what?
Yeah.
And I'll go look, and then I'm up now because I need to see what the fuck y'all motherfuckers is doing in the middle of the night, because I go to bed early. Like right now it's 8:30. I'll probably be asleep by 9:30.
I only check the app really twice a day for real. When I first wake up,
Yeah.
and before the deadline is to set my lineup. Other than that, I'm sleeping like a baby throughout the night. Y'all are stressing, and I love that.
Yeah,
Y'all are stressing.
I got just I have a strange sleep pattern. I'm up
I'm
at 4
stressed
in the
right
morning,
now.
so
I ain't gonna lie.
it doesn't even matter. But at the
You
end of the
should
day,
be.
we didn't even get a chance to talk about how we make our moves or whatever. But we're gonna get into that the next time. But keep up once a month we'll be doing a roundup. Once a month we'll be doing a roundup on the channel. Just so make sure y'all pop in. We'll be talking about fantasy baseball once a month with the guys, just talking shit about it, seeing where we are in our leagues, seeing where we are with these players. Did anybody improve? Who got worse? We're looking at people that started off hot like Teoscar Hernandez, but now he's not doing shit. We will be we'll be doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? And understanding a rain delay, if you have your team stacked with too many players off one team, could fuck you up. So, we're just going to just keep it going like that. We thank you guys for tuning in. But at this point in time, we're done talking about baseball. We're going to go watch this last game or not. I'm going to go eat. I'm probably going to just go listen to Euphoria for like the 50th time. So see if I catch anything else. If you didn't know, Kendrick put fucking funeral bells in the song.
He put hands and feet on that nigga Drake. Fuck light skins.
He put funeral bells in the song during a certain part of the song. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a boom. If you can find it and listen to what he was saying when those bells was ringing, this man has put on a masterclass. Shout out to Kendrick.
Way to ruin a good show.
Shout out to Kendrick. He said, he left. But anyway, I guess he didn't like the fact that Kendrick killed Drake. But if you're a real hip hop fan, you understand lyrics. This was a massacre. But we're not talking about that. Baseball is what we're talking about. Fantasy baseball. Thank you guys, Mac. Thank you and Nine and all of the BGR guys, Duke, for coming on. and all of the scumbags for participating in the SBC. But we up out of here. We're gonna turn the lights off in this bitch.